Greetings everybody and polite peace. Sheridan AV have sent us a set of documents relating to the receivables and prepayments. As a manager, I will report the complete audit program, which includes audit assertion, audit objectives, tests to be carried out, and details of testing, which I will be focusing more. Let's go and have fun! First, presentation and disclosure. Perform analytical procedures, calculate ratios, and analyze ratio results. The ratio I used is account receivable turnover, a ratio of average accounts receivable for a period divided by net credit sales for the same period. Step 1. Beginning accounts receivable plus ending accounts receivable. Step 2. Net credit sales divided by accounts receivable equals to accounts receivable turnover. I used here a threshold account 2019 to 2020. So based on my calculations, the accounts receivable turnover for 2019 is 0.82%, while for 2020 is 1.18%. It simply means that Sheridan AV has a high accounts receivable turnover in 2020 of 1.18%. The ratio indicates that Sheridan AV has an idea of how efficient it collects on debts owed or collects on credits they have provided their customers. Next, check opening balances to previous year's accounts to ensure properly brought forward. The balances in previous years is clearly and properly forwarded in opening of accounts. Obtain the age list of balances. Check a sample to underlying records. All accounts receivable in March 21, 2020 are being recorded appropriately. Test the leads adds up. Agree the list to the control accounts to the financial statements. It is a little bit confusing as to digits presented, but when I examine and analyze deeply, the digits presented is appropriately correct, and it is an advantage to the company per se because the trade receivables are presented according to its origin of accounts. Compare statements presentation with applicable accounting standards to determine that trade receivables are properly identified and classified in financial statements. Bad debts are not disclosed that should be recorded in disclosure notes. Next, is there an allowance for bad debts showing in financial statements? No allowance for bad debts has been recorded in given financial statements of Sheridan. And last, determine appropriateness of any disclosures relating to trade payables. For 2020, the trade receivables is 627,471, other debtor 16,400, prepayments 28,500, with a total of 627,371 pesos, same calculation to 2019. Second, rights and obligations. Vouch from list of trade receivables to suppliers invoices, goods dispatch notes, and sale invoices or other supporting documentation to ensure recorded at correct amount owed. Based on the information of transaction and events of Sheridan, the VAT is misstated and wrong calculation to get the correct amount. On the other hand, I saw wrong presentation in sales invoice number in the sales retail. Bad and doubtful debts. 1. Obtain a listing that breaks down the bad debts provision by debtor. No bad debts had been recorded in the year 2019 and 2020. Third, completeness and cut-off. Several days before and after year-end, and examine supporting sales invoices and dispatch notes to determine that sales were recorded in proper period. So, it is resulted the difficulty of determining the correct sales. Second, Select a sample of credit memos issued after year-end. Examine supporting documentation such as dated goods received notes and determine that the returns were recorded in the proper period. There is no problem in terms of dates and the sheets are properly recorded. Last, existence or occurrence. Perform a trade receivable circulation. See instructions on supplementary sheet page 4. Recorded accounts such as cash receipts and cash payments exist and it's pertain to the entity. Where circulation has not been carried out or unsatisfactory results obtained, carry out alternative procedures. See next page. So, for Tempo Head Limited, my comment is wrong presentation has been observed. It should be March 22, 2021, where the payment is already made but unfortunately it was recorded March 28 in the cash receipts. For Living Wholesaler Limited, the amount was correctly stated. Inner Shine Wholesaler Limited, same problem encountered from Tempo Head Limited. Wrong presentation has been observed. It should be March 21, 2021, where the payment is already made, but however, it was recorded April 3 in cash receipts. Zen AV Wholesaler, the amount was correctly stated. Bristol Audio Limited, follow-up is needed. Procedures to carry out if a trade receivable circularization is not carried out or unsatisfactory results have been obtained. For Bristol Audio Limited, needs to follow up. The remaining balance of Bristol Audio is in the bad debts account of the company and still uncollectible accounts. Thank you and flying peace.